All right, 17 minutes after, I'm sorry, 25 minutes. I forgot the computer's not working. 25 minutes before 10 o'clock. This morning in the news, there were two news items about job opportunities. One was from Disney saying that they have some job opportunities for people to work at home. I don't know if you're interested in that or not. The other one was from Amazon. I don't know if I have it in front of me, but they've got apparently a lot of job openings, and it's all today. But we've had job openings in our community for a long time. Laura Byrnes has helped us understand what is available. She is, of course, from CareerSource Citrus Levy Marion, and she's in the studio today with Dale French. Good morning to both of you. Good to see you again. How are you? You have a cold.
I have a cold.
Yeah.
And are you on the downhill side of it?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I really hope so.
How long have you had it?
For almost 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
I've got out-of-town company from Texas and South Dakota.
Did they bring it?
On Thursday.
They brought the cold with them?
No, they haven't arrived yet.
They're going to.
Oh, I see. Oh, you're going to give them a cold.
I have to get ready for that.
Oh, my gosh. Okay.
I'm going to be gone.
How's Joe? Does Joe have a cold?
Yeah, I gave it to him.
Well, you got to share.
Did he thank you?
He has thanked me repeatedly.
So did you guys hear about these two news stories? One from Disney and one from Amazon?
You know, those are fantastic, but we have even bigger news and hiring events right here in Marion County. So the Amazon, love you Amazon, Disney, that's fantastic for the Orlando area. But if you live in Ocala, Marion County, we have opportunities right in your own backyard.
All right, and we're going to hear about some of them today.
Yes, we are.
All right. And so do you want to...
I want to jump in and talk about our workshops and our hiring events, and then turn it over to Dale because he's got something very exciting.
And he doesn't have a cold.
I do not have a cold. Oh, well, I may later. Yeah. There should be a screen here.
Sorry, no sneeze guard here. Okay, first of all, our workshops. We have recalibrated our workshops to hone in on the ones that are really critical and that career seekers really benefit from. These are held, I'm going to go over them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 very key workshops. They're free, and if you need any of these, please attend them. Targeted Resume, that's the second Wednesday of every month. Every month, Targeted Resume. Second Wednesday. 17 Tips for Federal Jobs, second Thursday of every month. Soft Skills for 21st Century Work Success is the third Wednesday of the month. Social Media Skills for 21st Century Work Success is the fourth Wednesday. Nail That Interview is also on the fourth Wednesday. And Workplace Communication Skills for ESL learners, English as a second language learners. That is also on the fourth Wednesday. You can find this on our workshop page on our website. It has tells you it's the second Wednesday or the third Wednesday or whatever. These are free. Here's what I'm asking you. If you're interested in attending these and you sign up to attend these, please show up. We have staff that's trained and dedicated, and they're waiting to lead workshops. And if we have 10, 15 people register for a workshop and 2 show up, guess what happens to those workshops? We won't hold them anymore. And then what do we hear? Hey, what happened to that Targeted Resume workshop?
Yeah, right.
What happened to that workshop where you could help us with our interview skills? We've got them. We want to share that information. So these are fantastic workshops. If you know anyone who could benefit from them, please let them know that. So that's my little soapbox. I'm sorry. Hiring events, we have them on August 7th. That's next Monday. Genesis Healthcare here in Ocala. They're looking for CNAs, LPNs, RNs, and supervisors. That's 9:30 to 12:30. On Tuesday, August 8th, Health Matters over in Lecanto. They want to hire home health aides from 9 to 1. And also August 10th, Sunbelt Industrial Company from 10 to 2. Again in Lecanto, they're looking for scaffolding and installation workers. And here is our own Amazon right here. Mestizo Foods. And you say, what?
Yeah, what?
Well, we are chipping in to help this snack food company open operations at the old Golden Flake site.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They want to hire 70 to 80 positions so they can start cranking out those tasty, tasty chips and everything else that they're going to produce. They need production line workers, facility workers, machine operators, accountants, kind of a whole
Really?
polygon. Yeah. So that is going to happen on August 16th from 9 to 12 at CF's Weber Center here in Ocala. So you can find all this information on our website calendar of events. So that sounds like that's going to be great to have that
That is awesome.
It is.
back up and running.
People
So
are looking forward to that plant reopening.
yeah, so take that, Amazon. We've got snack food. So anyway, so that's all from me, and I'm going to turn it over to Dale, and he's going to something I think is really exciting for our community.
Do you know, we went to the new restaurant across the street, Red Robin, and our waiter, at the beginning of our meal, had to excuse himself. He says, "I'm sorry, I have another job to go to, but somebody else, such and such, will take over." And I said, "Well, good for you. You know, you've got 2 jobs." It's interesting. Some people will say there's no jobs, and other people will figure out a way to find 2.
Yeah,
So I don't know if you don't have a job, I don't think it's anybody's fault but your own. I don't know if
Exactly.
I'm being too harsh. Do any of you agree with that? I know it's not easy.
It's not easy. Some of the things I'll be talking about probably a little bit later today. There are a lot of candidates out there, but as our unemployment is shrinking, I think we were at 5.2 for the region.
And that's a spike. That's high.
Yeah, and
because it's
that
summer.
bounced up
It's-
because we were at 4.8.
Yeah, yeah.
back down.
We'll get
It
down
bounces around.
below 5.
We're going to start hitting a talent shortage. And we've talked before when I was here about emerging jobs. I think last time I was here, we were talking about drone pilots, and the technology
right.
of the technology that's coming around and how some of those jobs don't even exist. And I don't think it's necessarily always the people's fault, but maybe it is the skill set that they have with them and where are they going to go in the future? What skills can they obtain? And that's kind of where we come into and helping them understand what those jobs are and offering them the opportunities to start picking up some of those skill sets.
And I have said this to somebody who I know, and I've talked to Laura about this off the air. Somebody I know finally is working, but I think he's doing day labor. And I said, "Why are you doing day labor?
Yeah.
You could go get a job. Nothing wrong with day labor, by the way. You folks are great. If without you, I don't know, some people would have nothing at all. But he's a smart young man, and I don't know. It's just there's a mindset I think that has to shift.
Sometimes you want to grab them and tell them to apply themselves.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's some of it.
Sure.
And and a lot of
not
especially
the child.
a lot of people don't know what the options are out there.
Well, and I told them to go to CareerSource. I said, well, I don't have the skills. They will help you. If I go to you and I said, this is what I want. Well, Larry, you don't have the degree, you don't have the skills. My next question is, well, how can I get them?
How do I get that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Now
I
that's
know-
on him. If he didn't come see us, now that is on him.
Right.
But you know what a lot of people do? And tell me if this is good or bad. They don't go to see you. Instead, they go to your website. Is that just as good? Or to me, old school, I think sitting across the desk is always better. Not really?
Yeah,
Totally. I mean,
we put the websites out there. The information is out there.
That's a
And
starting
the
point.
information is great, but that's really to let you know what we do. What do we have? You can see on the website what our workshops are and what we have to offer, but you're not going to get that on the website. So
right. I mean, there's no substitute for one-on-one
Right.
personal interaction. Somebody who has got your back, understands your needs, can hold your hand and point you in the right direction. And so you have part counselor, social worker, cheerleader,
Right.
advocate. Why not? Why not have someone who's willing to do all that? Yeah, we have a lot of resources available on our website, but that's not a substitute for doing the due diligence and the hard work and coming in.
Yeah.
And then on the other hand, we know somebody that went to CareerSource. They spoke to you. They spoke to all the other people that were involved, and they got a job. And they're so happy with that. I mean, they took the initiative to better themselves and step forward.
Yep.
and that's what we like to hear.
We sure do. We sure
And
do.
it's free.
And it is free. It costs nothing.
Yeah.
So
Free to you.
All right.
Yeah.
So we do have any? We have some specifics already that Laura mentioned. Any other job openings we
Well,
can?
Well, primarily what I want to talk today, we've got a great opportunity coming up. We're really excited. A few weeks ago, we learned that a grant that we had applied for back in March, we were awarded from the Department of Labor, and the technical term for it is it's an HVRP grant. We're very good at acronyms, but it is a homeless
It's a hard
veteran.
one to pronounce.
What's that?
That's a hard one to pronounce.
It is a homeless veterans reintegration program grant.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
And so what we have done is I think we've written up a really good program, and this grant is focused to homeless veterans in the area. We're going to be focusing on Ocala, Marion County area, and helping the homeless veterans reintegrate into the workforce. And I was talking with Joe out in the lobby before we went on. We were talking about the unique skill sets and the training that the veterans
And the
come
work
back
ethic,
with,
yeah.
and the work ethic.
Right.
Problem being, sometimes that is in the military setting. How do you transfer that to civilian? You know, like I'm saying, we're really good at acronyms. Well, the military's really good at their technical lingo and the things that they do. But how do you transfer that over to what Mr. Employer in Ocala, Florida needs, and how do you talk about that? And I think that's where some of the veterans miss out. And we have an existing veterans program, but again, we only have so many staff and so many staff hours to work with everybody out there. But this grant is going to help these men and women find out what their skill sets are. If they're lacking skill sets that are needed in the civilian labor force, part of the money in the grant that we received is going to help them with training. And, if you're in Ocala, Florida, maybe your skill sets aren't needed right now. Like we talked before, emerging jobs. You may have done something in the military using technology that doesn't exist in the civilian market yet.
Right.
So those jobs don't exist, but what can we train you for and use that existing skill set to meet the needs of what is needed today in this area?
Right. Does the word veteran have to apply? Could a homeless person who's not a veteran benefit from that?
This particular grant is veterans only.
Okay.
It is put out by the Department of Labor through the Veteran Employment and Training Services. However, our everyday services would help a homeless person.
So nobody's really being left out.
Nobody's being left out. This is
And
an above and beyond, and we are excited because I feel we've got a great infrastructure in this area to assist veterans. We're going to be able to lay this
That's an
opportunity
awesome thing
over
you're
the
doing.
top.
Yeah.
Tell them about our
and do even
partners,
more.
the partners involved.
Yeah, we're going to be working. When we applied for the grant, we sat down with Veterans Helping Veterans, Marion County Veteran Services, the Ocala Ritz Veterans Village, and Marion County Sheriff's Department. And we kind of hashed out some plans and some things that we would like to do. And we're going to be partnering very closely with the Ocala Ritz, which is the transitional housing home for homeless veterans, and helping those folks as they're coming into that facility. Of course, they work very diligently with them on helping them get the counseling that is needed, job skills, interviewing skills, life skills, and we're going to be able to set this grant on top of what they're already doing and provide additional services to help those men and women move beyond the transitional housing, find permanent housing, find good jobs.
And that's really good for their psyche too, because you have got to feel up about yourself when your emotions are high and you're not down in the dregs, and you feel like you're a worthwhile human being.
Well, that's a lot of it. Like Laura said, our counselors work on a lot of different levels. I mean, you're a career coach, you're sometimes a mental health counselor. We're not. I mean, that's not what we do, but that's what you help.
Sure, you're being human.
And sometimes you're just a sounding board. Sometimes people just need to sit down with somebody that is an unbiased third party and vent out the issues so you can help them wrap their head around it and say, okay, we got that out. Now where do we have to go? What is our next step? Because you can only linger on the bad for so long. Get it out and move on to something more productive.
Dale, I wonder if you could define what it means to be homeless just for a second, because here's why I'm saying this. I can imagine the guy who's using his parents' extra bedroom or his brother's extra basement, if we have basements around here. Aren't those people just as qualified as somebody who's sleeping under a bridge, for example?
They do, and I've got my cheat sheet here, and I'm not going to read it ad nauseum because it's all the technical terms, but I brought that specifically with me. Homeless does have multiple definitions. You could be in a shelter. You could be living under an overpass. You could also not have permanent housing. You may have just got back from the military. You're bouncing, back and forth. You're couch to couch, living with friends, family members. You don't have a steady home. It could be a veteran with a family that they're trying to leave a situation of domestic violence or stalking or some other crime that could affect their family. So when we start sitting down and looking at enrolling veterans into this program, it doesn't just run on the vision of what you have of a homeless person. There are multiple definitions, and we're going to work with everybody that we can to make sure that we can assist them.
I only think that's important because if somebody's listening to this and they could benefit from the program, but they're at their brother's house, they're not homeless, they don't realize, yes, you are, and you can benefit from this.
They get comfortable.
And while the focus is on homeless veterans, it's really, there's a percentage of the grant that we can apply toward veterans with significant barriers to employment. So, I mean, if you, whatever those might be.
Yeah,
so.
and one of the categories of homeless is, are you within imminent risk of losing your home? So you may be a veteran in a home or in an apartment right now, but you may have received a foreclosure and eviction. If that's within, there's a time period. If it's within 21 days. So again, we look at different things there. It's not just the stereotypical vision of a homeless person. I mean, it really spans a lot of.
If somebody is currently receiving unemployment compensation and they come to you, does that person have? Do you handle that person differently than somebody who has nothing at all?
We usually start with the same process as sitting down and assessing everybody when we sit down with them. We have to find out what their barriers are. We have to get past those difficult issues of what's going on. What's going on up here that may be affecting your job. I mean, I've sat down with many people in the past, and you just have to be real with them and say, look, I saw you come in. I can see you have an angry look on your face. You're mad. You're not mad at me, but you're mad at your situation. You got to get past that, because if you walk into an interview like that,
good point.
It's going to be a real short interview. We've all seen those where it's like, okay, well, thank you for coming in today. We appreciate your time, and our people will call your people. But we really, like I said, we sit down, we talk with people. It's the same across the board. We have to find out what their barriers are, what their needs are.
Can I ask about at-home work? I know you wanted to stay away from the Disney story, but that's what the Disney story was. It was about at-home work.
Oh.
And so getting away from Disney and sticking to the at-home part, does Ocala have any employers that have opportunities for somebody with a set of computer skills that they could do at home?
There are some jobs out there. I think there's some with Department of Children and Families. I heard that they're doing more remote.
So a stay-at-home mom may be able to stay at home with the kids and do work.
There are options out there. Honestly, I don't think it's that big of a thing in this area yet. We'll see what happens down the road. A lot of our base. I mean, we have a large base. We're the service industry, warehousing and distribution, and of course those are all jobs where you have to be.
Because I'm thinking about working from home. I'm thinking about putting a microphone in my kitchen, and then I'll put a screen here so that when Laura comes in, you can still see me.
Just a cardboard cutout.
Oh, that'll work, yeah.
And that's, going back to the beginning, is why those workshops are so needed in our community for the people, because they need to get those kind of regular skill sets just to approach the employer.
Yeah, absolutely. Now we have some short webinars on our website, and you can get some tips and whatnot. But again, nothing substitutes the human interaction. And when you're in a workshop, you're in a setting with like-minded people who can understand and empathize with what you're going through. So there is a advantage of that as well.
And you also help the people with their appearance. And that is really, really important also.
That gets into soft skills. How do you present yourself? How do you talk? How do you greet? How do you close an interview? How do you start an interview? Soft skills is a huge thing, and that's something we've been talking for years. And I don't know what the solution is necessarily. People have to be willing to take a good look at themselves and understand what other people are seeing, and that's difficult. I mean, none of us want to look in the mirror and go, well, I don't like what I see when I look at that.
Yeah, but good constructive feedback is valuable.
It is.
We have to swallow our pride. I don't know if you can tell, we've had some technical issues, and that's why I had to put these on. We have a phone call coming in.
Oh, my.
And so I wanted to ask you, would you like to take a call?
Oh, absolutely.
So if you'll put the headset on, and as long as you can hear me, you'll be able to hear the caller, and then I'll connect you. What are you looking at?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, Laura, can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, let me go to the phone. Good morning. Thank you for calling. You're on the air with Laura and Dale.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, great. So you're presenting such wonderful, needed, useful information and services. Could you please, throughout your program, maybe give out your website?
Oh, we usually do. I'm so sorry. Yes. CareerSourceCLM.com.
Okay, I'm going to hang up, and could you give it again?
Absolutely.
Because I'm sure people throughout the program are like, oh, now where do I go?
Right.
So,
Good point.
Thanks
Thank
so
you.
much.
Yeah,
Shame
you're
on
right.
us. We usually do that so many times. CareerSourceCLM.com.
I will try to remember to put that on the video, like as a
Sorry.
little text thing or
The
something.
line down, but
Career Source CLM, and CLM stands for Citrus Levy Marion, and that's
does.
important because it means the jobs are right here in our community. So,
Yep.
one thing, do we have a couple minutes?
Yes,
I want to go back.
yes.
You had asked about if somebody was dislocated from their job or collecting unemployment. The other grant I wanted to touch on, we're actually in the process of wrapping up another grant that we received 2 years ago. It's going to be running through the end of December, but it is geared towards individuals who have lost their job, that may be on unemployment and are interested in retraining. And we've got some great short-term training programs coming up in September with the college and working with Marion Technical College. So if you or anybody you know may have recently lost their job and is collecting unemployment, give us a call. Stop in our office. We want to talk with those folks and see what we can do. We still have some of the money from the grant for retraining individuals, and we want to use it. We never like giving anything back. So
Yeah. The money, the dollars are there to provide the training that can open up the doors for a whole new career or enhance your skills for an existing career so you can get reemployed. And don't let us give it back to the government. We want to spend it on you.
we'll try to get as much locally as we can,
Yeah.
draw it down, and we don't like giving it back. We like to see it go back to the community.
and if I could ask you just to touch real quickly on the other side of what you do, which is help employers find employees.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's also free, by the way, for those looking for talent.
We're looking for talent. We've got some great training programs to help individuals. We talked, folks that are coming in that may not have the exact skill set that a business is looking for. We have a work experience program where we can put somebody into that business's location. We pay their salary up to 12 weeks or up to 360 hours, depending on which comes first. And all we ask is that the employer train that person, essentially an internship. We cover the cost. We cover workers' compensation coverage through the state of Florida. It's no cost to the business, and it gives them an opportunity
Wow.
to meet some new talent or to give somebody an opportunity that maybe they ordinarily would not be able to because of a lack in a skill set.
Right.
But we're covering that cost for 12 weeks. So if they can help that person, train them, and give them the skills they need, then after that, we like to see them move into employment. And it's an awesome opportunity. A lot of businesses don't know that it exists.
Absolutely. I can't tell you, I've told Laura this before, that there is not a segment we do that I don't talk about more than this segment right here, because it seems like you run into people all the time. You have people walking in here. Do you have any job openings? No, but I can direct you to CareerSource. There's something there. I'm sure that you'll be happy with. Dale French, good to see you again.
Good to see you, sir.
Any kids in school?
No,
No kids in school because it starts a week from tomorrow, right?
Yep.
already.
Laura?
Well, no kids in school, but if I may just indulge me, I would love to wish a happy birthday to my oldest baby boy, Michael, who turns 40
No way.
on Saturday.
No way.
The big
Oh
4-0.
my gosh, that's
Happy
impossible.
So happy
Michael.
birthday, Michael.
That's impossible.
It is.
Wow.
Tell me about it.
Thank you, Laura. Thank you,
Thank
Dale.
you.
All right, we will be right back.